Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome back to another standard gameplay video, and today we are having another look at a deck that recently did well in a standard tournament, and this is from a tournament in Brazil that actually took place yesterday I think, and it won the event, and this is an Esper Pixie deck that was steered by a Pedro Paulo, so well done to Pedro for winning your standard tournament. So Esper Pixie obviously has been around for a while, and it did lose some power in the bans in June, namely due to Hopeless Nightmare, 1 mana enchantment, your opponent discards a card of their choice and loses 2 life, and this town ain't big enough, bounce 2 permanents, if one of the permanents is yours it costs 4 less. They were significant because basically one of the most toxic plays in Standard at the time was turn 1, Hopeless Nightmare, turn 2, Nurturing Pixie, and Hopeless Nightmare again. Your opponent's down 2 cards and 4 life, and you've got a 1 mana 2/2 on the board. Now, obviously, it went away for a bit, but there are a couple of new cards in Age of Eternities that really strengthen it again, and they are Cosmogrand Zenith, a card we have played on the channel, 3 mana 2/4. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, choose 1, create 2 1/1 white human soul creature tokens, or put a +1/+1 count on each creature you control. And obviously, when you've got a 1 or 2 mana creatures that can pick up other cards, playing your second card each turn is pretty easy. And the other one is Cryogen Relic. We only have 2 of these. Well, Pedro only played 2 of these. 2 mana artifact. When it enters or leaves a battlefield, we draw a card, and then we can pay 2, sack it, put a stun counter on up to 1 target tap creature. We don't ever do that because obviously with the Pixie or some Pelkurian or Fear of Isolation, which are our picky uppy spells, obviously we draw a card when we play it, we draw a card when we pick it up, we draw a card when we replay it. And then the other new card is Tragic Trajectory, which is a removal spell. Target creature gets -2/-2 to their turn. However, if we have Void, meaning if a permanent has left the battlefield this turn or a spell has walked, and obviously picking cards up with the Pixie, Kyrian or Fear of Isolation counts as a permanent leaving the battlefield, that creature gets to -10 instead. So a really good removal spell for this deck. And the rest of the cards are cards we've seen before. Nurturing Pixie, Sunpearl Kyrian, Fear of Isolation, as I said, are our picky uppy cards. Spyglass Siren is kind of the alternative 1 mana play, and we do get value from picking up and replaying it, although it's not fantastic value. Storm Chaser's Talent, we get value for picking it up as well. And the Momentum Breaker, opponent sacks a creature of their choice, or if they can't, they discard a card. Nowhere to run, target creature gets -3/-3, it has flash, and it basically turns off Hexproof and Ward of our opponents. 1 shoot the sheriff, and then 3 stock ups to get through our deck. And because the tournament was best of 3, there is a sideboard mainly removal and counter spells. So a couple of addresses, Devout Decree, something I've ever seen, but it exiles target creature that's black or red, No More Lies, and then Kutzel's Flanker for the graveyard decks, and Defiled Crypt and Cadaver Lab, I think just for value. Basically, if you pay 1 for Cadaver Lab, you can then pick it back up and get that value again. So yeah, this is a deck, obviously it won a tournament, so it's pretty good. I'm going to be doing a few more of these, just looking at decks that do well. Obviously if I've played them on the channel before, I won't, but I haven't played Esper Pixie since the ban-ins, and obviously it has done a bit of a re-emergence because of these new cards from Age of Eternity. So really, really like it. Hope you all do too. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe. I'd like to give a shout out to my patrons. They are Arcadius, Mihal, Thomas, and Adrian. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you everyone else for support, and I'll see you all in the gameplay. We go first. I do like Cryogen Relic and Nurturing Pixie, and obviously it does turn on Tragic Trajectory. So I think we do Siren, then Cryogen Relic, then the turn after pick up the Relic, yay, life gain. Do they have Bridemate, Essence Shower, something else you want, a Tragic Trajectory? Might be worth taking out. Well, let's Nurturing Pixie. Let's pick up the short Relic. Draw a card. Play out the Relic. Draw a card. Draw a boatload of land. And next turn we can Sunpearl Kirin to pick up the Relic. Good thing they haven't hit a Pride Mate. Yeah. Well, that's annoying. So we'll carry on picking things up. And we'll carry on playing things out. We're really just looking for our Zeniths. And I know where to run because that will make the Bulwark irrelevant. We've drawn a lot of lands. Yep, that's going to be the problem. We need to know where to run. Pretty sharpish. Well, let's Nurturing Pixie. I thought they were going to attack with a Saddle Bulwark then. Do the old picker-upperoo. And there's a Zenith. Well. And there's another Pixie. Let's just get down a Godless Shrine. It can get tapped for now. You have to use it. It gets the Ox off the field. Fair enough. And next turn we can Cosmogrand Zenith. Play out the Pixie to pick up the Relic. And probably start going big straight away. Yeah, that's annoying. It's going to start drawing them life. If I attack with a Ruin Lurker Bat, I will be blocking. They are going to be very annoying. Alright, double block you, single block you. Oh, they warped the hell here. Right. Cosmogrand Zenith. Pixie. Let's go wide for now. Pick up said Relic. They have, well, the ox would be a stick. And let's carry on drawing. We'll hold back. Hang on, why didn't they kill one of our pixies? We double blocked a 3-3. That's a bit weird. I would love another Zenith. Let's Pixie pick up the Relic. Let's Cryogen Relic, which will trigger. We'll go wide because next turn we can start putting counters on everything. Let's Order Grave, enters tapped. And let's try and take out Halia. They let it go. And sure, let's just play out Storm Chaser's Talent. And let's try and grow a Pixie. I'm really not sure why they're not using their ball coxes. It is a mystery. Next time we get a Cosmogrand and then Sunpearl Kirin maybe. They do create a bat basically every turn. But we're about to go quite large. Or maybe I Zenith and stock up. Go strong. Yeah, let's pick up the Relic. Block that. So that's 12, 16, 20, 32, 35. By some very quick maths. And next time we can double Cosmogrand as well. Obviously they can sack the Ox and give everything indestructible. Which I imagine is what they know. Yeah, we'll discard a Goblet Shrine. you need a board wipe, which in life game you don't often play. Could be wrong. But yeah. They ain't in a good place. Nice. That's going to be big. I will give him that. Well, there's a stock up. Let's Cosmogrand again. Let's stock up. Tragic trajectory, and let's take a tragic trajectory. And, well, we have 28 in the air. They have 2 blockers. So, no, sorry, we have 33 in the air. They can block 14 of it. So they could have survived. But then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We then have 6 blockers. So maybe they couldn't survive. But obviously we can tragic trajectory some things. Maybe after block, so we lose some stuff. And see what happens that way. Well, we've got things we can pick up and things to pick up. Although we don't have any white mana. And could become a problem. We do obviously just need a plains or a swamp to turn on the Verge. There is white mana. Well, I think we Cryogen Relic. And draw the Godless Shrine. Apart from Seamroot, we don't know what our opponent's up to. Black-white usually suggests Sephiroth, but obviously not. Well, let's Nurturing Pixie. Pick up the Relic. And then we will get down the Verge and get down the Relic again. There's another Cosmogrand. Do they have a Blood Ladder? Oh, there's nowhere to run. And their own Nurturing Pixie. Well, there's another Relic. Well, let's Cosmogrand Zenith. Let us create a couple of 1/1s. And we'll hold back for now. Yeah, that's going to be the issue. Let's play out the Verge. Let's play out a second Zenith. and a Relic. Let's start going big. And we'll hold back. And next turn we can... That's very annoying. Pick up the relics with the Sunpearl Kirin. Yeah. Well, there's another Kirin. We are looking for some of our removal. And there's another Kirin. Well, let's swing in with you bad boys. They're down to 6. They have their own Zenith. They have a Tithing Blade. You, I think. Enters tap. Oh, cost 1 more. Let's just put away the Watery Grave. Well, that is a card we were looking for. Let's Kirin. Go big. Go big. Pick up a Relic. Take out their 6/6. And then we swing in. We have lethal with the Sunpearl Kirins anyway, but then we have a lot of power coming on the floor as well. We can even know where to run one of their other blockers. Our opponent goes first. We don't actually have anything we want to get back with a Pixie. So maybe we turn 1 Pixie, turn 2 Fear. And then turn 3 Cosmogrand or stock up. Up against Golgari. Oh, annoyingly, there's a Storm Chaser's talent. I think next turn we just stock up. Well, we have enough land. Should we get a Cosmogrand and a Siren? Because the next turn we can Cosmogrand, Pixie, pick up the Cosmogrand. Although, what are the chances this gets removed? Oh, low. And we can do that again next turn. They like their disruptive storm broods. Let's create a couple more tokens. Pick up the Zenith. Attacking for 2. And next turn we can Zenith and Talent probably. Put counters on our entire board. Swing in. Have fun.